Hello, everyone, and welcome to our writing clinic. My name is Christine Govender, and I am one of the ESTs found in the Manchester campus. So, as one of your English support tutors, you have been following me as we have looked at writing. We have discussed how to go about writing, how to go about pre-writing most recently, and today we are going to look at how to finish extracting our information from our WH questions that we looked at last week and using that information to start our academic text. Okay, so I'm going to share with you right now our WH questions. Okay, so let's get into that. All right, so here is a Word document that may be familiar to you. This was our WH questions that we used. We extracted all the questions and we gave some basic answers. Remember, our answers were very short because we wanted to build on them when we were writing. Now, as you can see, we have our who, and then we got all our answers in yellow. So these are all our who questions. These are our why questions, and the answers that we generated from the why questions are in yellow. Okay, so let's go on. We got what, when, and where. And of course, which, and our last how question, WH question, was how. Now, you remember this is what we started with. We started with an introduction. And I use myself as a reference because this is all theoretical or hypothetical information, okay? So you, of course, will be using actual references and will reference accordingly. Now, just a reminder, last week we looked at what needs to go into a paragraph, and we said paragraphs have one main idea per paragraph. It starts with a topic sentence, then we'll go into an explanation or a definition if need be. We'll provide evidence, we'll comment if necessary, and we'll add in a concluding statement. So here we did our introduction. We added in a focus on the UK government and the universities and what they take on AI policies. And then the next paragraph that we looked at was AI benefits. Okay, so we looked at the benefits of AI, and we are going to look at, if you guessed it, it's the negatives of AI. Okay, so we're going to focus on looking at the negatives. Now, where will I get information about the negatives of AI? That's right, we are going to go back to our WH questions with our answers, okay? So let's scroll around. Let's see. Oh, first question. That's good. What can be used to reduce the risk of using AI in universities? Fact checked. Spend time editing. Let's change that. Spend time editing and minimize the usage. What problems might happen if AI is used too much in universities? And there we had critical thinking and originality. So there'll be an issue with our critical thinking. We may not be able to do it properly. And we may lack originality in our work because AI is generating it. And if everyone is using AI, then everyone's output, their work is going to look very, very similar. So it won't look distinctive to you. It won't have your voice. It will just have the AI's voice. Okay, so we want to make sure that we get our voice in when we are writing. Okay, so I think I'm going to take this, and that's going to form part of my negatives, okay? If I also want to add this, I definitely can. So I think I'll start off with this, and I'm going to move that over. And now I'm going to start to write, okay? Because we wouldn't have a question when we are writing in academia, we'll have to take that out. But I just want it there so we remember what we are focusing on, okay? So focusing on the negatives. So let's say AI has the following negative aspects to it. It may reduce critical thinking and originality. Okay. So here I have my topic sentence. I'm going to put that away now because I've used that already. So I got my topic sentence, and that is going to lead into what the paragraph is about. So next I need to explain what AI is with affecting critical thinking and originality. And then I'll have to provide some evidence and then comment on it. Okay, so that's my topic sentence. I'm going to pretend I took that from Govender 2019. Okay, full stop at the end of my sentence. So now let's give the evidence. Why do we say it may reduce critical thinking and impacts originality? It's going to change that to impact originality. So let's go into it. Critical thinking is a skill that is developed through, and then I would add in my information. How can we develop critical thinking? Then I add in my reference that I got it from. Reference, let's see. Let's do Govender et al. Now, of course, your references are going to be from actual sources of information and not just from me, okay? I'm referencing myself because I'm making this up. So critical thinking, but of course you would not reference yourself. You would use actual books, journals, or websites. Just for the sake of showing you how to go about it, I'm adding in myself as a reference. Okay, so Govender et al. And then we would talk about, however, using AI causes students not to develop this skill. Okay, so now we're explaining it, we're providing evidence, and I'm going to go on to the next bit, which is originality. Okay, so I'm going to add in a reference for originality. Originality is and then I would add in a definition. And that definition will come from somewhere. So I'm going to add in my reference, Govender, and go just in short, 2019. Now, I could talk about how originality is used in academia. Originality is used in academia. And then I would explain that a bit more. So that would be my example, my explanation. And I would go into details of how that is used, okay? So then I would talk about the impact of AI, the impact of AI causes originality to be hampered or lessened. Okay, now just because I have my references, I can now comment on it. Okay, so now I'm going to end my paragraph, okay, with my concluding statement. Okay, so my concluding statement is now either going to end this paragraph or it may lead into something completely different. For the sake, I will now end it. Okay, so the concluding statement. So the long-term effects of AI need to be studied further before it can be fully integrated into the average student's life. Okay, so that is my concluding sentence. So let's go back and let's see where we can add in explanation, evidence, and main topic. Okay, so the first bit has my topic sentence. All right, so let's do this topic sentence. Now, let me go to find my explanation. Here we go. So critical thinking is a skill that's developed through providing and evidence. Okay. So here is evidence, not explanation there. Now, however, using AI, that is an explanation. Okay, so I'm commenting on the use of AI. Explanation. Again, let's go to the next sentence. Originality is, that's evidence. And here is my explanation. Okay. So let's go the impact, that is concluding. So your concluding statement is long-term effects of AI need to be studied further. So that is how you can add in from just one question. Okay, you can get a whole paragraph from one question. So you may not use all of these questions, okay, because some may not be applicable to your assignment topic in the end. You obviously have a word account that you need to be mindful of, and maybe you just don't want to use all. Okay, so you look at the best questions that has the most information, the most research, that allows you to write and find out as many references as possible about the said topic or said information. So it's going to go back. We have an introduction, we have a main body, we have one paragraph, two paragraphs, three paragraphs. Okay, so I just want to go back to our question and check if we are answering it or if there's anything else we need to add in. Discuss using AI in university. Okay, so we did touch on it because the first paragraph is talking about the university and the UK government and mentioning the AI policy. The next paragraph spoke about the benefits, and the next paragraph spoke about the negative aspects of it. So we have understood the question and we are answering it. So this part can be covered depending on how much more you want to add, if you want to take anything else away and add in a new question. Be mindful, our essay is 500 words, okay? And we are totaling around 333, so it means we can add a bit more. So what did we forget? What is your personal perspective on it? So far, we haven't included any of the personal perspectives. So we still need to write a conclusion, and we still need to add in a personal perspective. So let me go back to my WH questions and find out all my personal perspective questions. Okay, so where are they? Let's have a look. Okay, so there's what do I use AI for? And here are some of the answers that I've gotten. Okay, so I can copy paste this, copy this, and then I'll paste that in a bit. Okay, so here's another personal perspective. So let me copy that and go to my point of view, and let's see how we can extract this information and get started with a paragraph that's focusing on personal perspective. Okay, now just because this was in my pre-writing, I can use I, my, but when we are writing in an academic formal sense, we wouldn't use I and my, okay? So let's see how we can rewrite this. So let's have a look at our answers again. I feel positive. I use for Google Maps, easy studying, travel is easier. Don't speak to people on the streets. I can use my maps, traveling, maps translator. What's the personal perspective? Positive and negative. My point of view, positive and negative. What are the main benefits of using AI in classes, translation? I can get definitions. It makes studying easier. And here are some AI tools that you could use. So there is a lot of positive. The negative is very limited. So let's focus on the positives. Okay, so I'm going to be focusing on positives and my perspective. Okay, so let's see how we can write this. So AI is used daily by students, including myself. Okay, now is there another way that we can write that? AI is used daily by all students, including myself. I want to make this perspective all about me, but I'm not sure how to go about that. So let's have a think. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go to review. Okay, so I'm a little bit stuck here. I'm like, how do I do this? Go to review, go to editor, click on editor, and then you'll see on the side, it gives you all the wonderful information. So it's formal writing, spelling, grammar, clarity, formality, punctuation, vocabulary. So let's look at formal writing. Okay, so we got it clicked. Spelling looks okay. Okay, let's see what they want us to change. So I can change that, the spelling. Grammar. Okay, let's hold up at grammar just for a tiny bit. And let's go to formality. Okay, so let's see the next one. Formality, for what? So they give me an option. For what do I use AI? Okay, so let's try that. And that's one. Okay, so that seems like it could be okay to use. AI is used daily. Let's see what they said. Saying who or what the action would be clearer. So we'd have to add in what type of AI. So let's say I focus on saying AI is daily used by. Now that sentence doesn't make sense. So let's go back. There are a large amount of students who use AI, including myself. So instead of saying I, my, no, we're not going to do that. Okay, so we're going to take that out, including myself. So the benefits of AI make studying easier and let's see, help with translation between different languages. Okay. So let's take that out. We're focusing on positives. Let's see. Chat GPT is the most popular AI tool as it can help with key terms. Let's see, help with definitions of key terms. Okay, so now I'm still following the same format. My main idea, my topic sentence, I'm going to go into an explanation, evidence, comment, and a concluding statement. Okay, so here I have my main statement, and I've included myself, and I've written it in a formal way. Okay, there are a large number of students who use AI, including myself. Now I'm talking about the benefits of AI that I personally use. The benefits of AI make studying easier and help with translation between different languages. Now I give an example. Okay, ChatGPT is the most popular AI tool as it can help with the definition of key terms. Okay, I'm using ChatGPT and I want to talk about it when I'm adding my perspective. Let's see. So let's go on to another example. Grammarly is a good tool for helping to check grammar before a submission. Okay. So if you were saying I use Grammarly to check my grammar before I submit it. A more formal way about going that is say Grammarly is a good tool to check, or a great tool, a useful tool. Now you see the reason why I am writing very colloquially or very informal sometimes. You'll wonder, why is she switching between really formal writing and some informal texts? So, as you can see here, a large number of it's got dots under it. So it's not spelled incorrectly, but if you click on it, it tells you to give a specific number. Okay, so maybe you can add in a percentage. Maybe you can say 90% of all students, and then you'd add in a reference. So let's rewrite it like that. Let's do 80% of students in the UK, United Kingdom, use AI. Okay, and that's where I'll add in my reference. I'll say GGGG, and then 2024. Okay. So now I've added in a percentage. So I'm going to take this away. It's great to use the editor. Pay attention to your prompts on Word, as they will help you to write in a more academic sense. So currently, do you see the score just went up? It was 76 or 77, and it's now 78. So let's see if we can make that score a little higher. So now I've added in that 80% of students. Let's go back to that. So instead of adding in numbers, again, it is flagged, okay? And if you right click, it says informal writing. Try spelling out the numbers. So change that to 80%. And that is a better sentence. Okay, so 80% of students in the United Kingdom use that. So make sure it is on formal. Okay, so let's get to the next sentence. So that is myself included. Oh, now a little bit tricky here. When it says myself and it gives you me, don't use that, okay? Bypass that. So that is my topic sentence, because now I'm bringing myself into it because it's my perspective. Okay, let's go to the next one. The benefits of AI make studying easier and help with translation between different languages. I am providing evidence. Okay, so we're adding our evidence, and of course that will need a reference, because where did you get the evidence from to make that claim? Now, if you see, Grammarly is a good tool. Also got some dots. Right click, and you have options here. A useful tool, a valuable tool. Let's swap it to valuable. And let's see if this had any impact. Review, editor. Okay, we're still on 78. Okay, so let's go down to our concluding statement. And there's an example. So I've added an example, ChatGPT. I've added an example of Grammarly, and now I need my concluding statement. Okay, so maybe you can say, Furthermore, AI is a tool to be used with consideration and should be used with consideration and moderation. Okay, so it is a helpful tool. I'd say it's a helpful or it's a beneficial tool because we are saying it has both positives and both negatives. However, we are aware that it should be used with consideration. You should think about it carefully and with moderation. Okay, so let's do our conclusion. Almost at the end here. Conclusion. We are ending our essay. Okay, so let's look at it. You can say in conclusion or to conclude. Now, if you are stuck for words to add into your conclusion, you can use the academic phrase bank to help you to get new phrases. Okay, so in conclusion, AI, let's see. So now we want to add in something from each paragraph, one sentence or one main point from that, and use it in our, take that out, and use that in our conclusion. Okay, so let's see. In conclusion, the first paragraph we spoke about was policy. Okay, so let's make mention of policy. The AI policy is, and then whatever we learned about the AI policy. Okay, so then the next bit that we looked at was the positives. The positives of AI, and then we can add in our information there. Then we looked at the negatives of AI, and then you can add in your main point from them. And then lastly, we looked at our personal perspective, and you'll say, overall, the overall, your perspective is AI, and then you'll add in your personal perspective. Okay, so try to make mention of what you have covered. It's just going back and recapping what has been covered. So I'm going to stop sharing for a second, and I'm going to just give you my details if you need to get a hold of me, or myself, Kieran, or my colleague, Kieran. So I'm going to share this. Okay, lovely. Let's go back. Quick share again. Okay, super. Okay, so this is myself, Christine. This is my colleague, Kieran. And please feel free to reach out to us. Drop us an email. We are more than happy to sit with you to go through any writing that you may have, proofread it. We are available in person and online. Come and see us for help with presentations, assignments, general academic skills, and like I said, we offer in-person and online sessions. So thank you very much. I hope that this session was helpful for you and you feel like a better writer. Have a wonderful day. Okay.